If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Pusha T is about to release his new album, It's Almost Dry Yet, this Friday on April 22nd. So in this video, I wanted to go over everything that we know about this album so far, including everything from what the title means, to the singles, to the track list, to the cover, and the history behind it. So let's jump straight into this. So we've been knowing about this album for quite some time. You know, we always knew that a new Pusha T record was on the horizon. Ever since he dropped Daytona back in 2018, we were all kind of anticipating this new record. Well, we finally got a couple of, words for this album, also when the singles like Diet Coke dropped, but we're going to get into that in a second, and we knew that this was somehow coming. Well, the first time he officially announced this was on his social media when he announced the tour with it. And he gave us the title, which was It's Almost Dry. And the tour is, also taking place starting in May, on May 29th to be exact. So the album had to come before that. And as I said, he announced the album title with this post in the caption and said, It's Almost Dry. So ever since then, we knew that something was coming. Now, this title, It's Almost Dry, he also later to Rolling Stone explained what this means. He said, I'm always creating a masterpiece, and in the creation of that, in terms of painting, you end up telling people while they're waiting on it, it's almost dry, because they're always asking, when will it be done? And you have to wait on masterpieces. Also, in drug culture, a lot of times you'll have people waiting on the product and it's not dry. You can come get it when it's dry. So that is what It's Almost Dry means. Now, for some time, we also figured that this was called It's Not Dry Yet. Now, I go into all of these kind of, the background behind this record and the cover arts that we thought was going to be the cover art, which we're going to get into in a second, in another video that I put a lot of effort into about 6 days ago called All the Information on This. So make sure you go check out that video as well. It is in the same playlist for this record on my channel. So make sure you go check that out, because that is really interesting and a lot of great valuable information in that. Now let's move on, as I just said, to the cover art. He posted, this is the cover art. He posted this only, a couple of days ago to his social media, and this, I really don't like it. We had the speculations that that picture of Lana Del Rey with the cocaine on her head, on her face, was going to be the record, and I thought that was so hard. And this is kind of just, we credit the artist, and this was also the cover art for the singles. I just don't like it. I really dislike it. I know a lot of y'all also do. Y'all told me in the comments, but I guess that's the way it is now. I just really don't like it. It looks lazy. It kind of just looks like my eyes are about to burn. That Lana Del Rey picture would have been so freaking hard, man. But I guess go watch the other video. I go into that in detail as well. I'm really sad that, this is the cover art, but I guess that's the way it's gonna be. Now, in terms of release date, obviously I already told y'all it's dropping in 2 days on the 22nd, but he did confirm this with a trailer. This trailer is also called It's Almost Dry, April 22nd. It dropped like 2 days ago. I made a whole video about it. In that trailer, we could also hear a song already. The song is called I Pray For You with Malice and Labyrinth. So that, is going to be on the record as well, but we're going to get into the track list in a second. And that did sound pretty cool, so make sure you go check out that trailer as well. It also features like this evil version of Pusha, just standing there. Maybe also is connected to the album in a way. In terms of singles, we've also received 3 of them so far. The first one was Diet Coke with production from Kanye, and Kanye's also taken over production on the rest of the record. But I did really enjoy this track. I thought that this was a really solid track. I really liked it. That classic Pusha T, just more like darker vibe. So I really enjoyed that. Also great video. The next track we had was Hear Me Clearly, that was also featured on the I Know Nigo record, and I didn't think that this was gonna make it to the final record, but it did, and I'm happy about it because that track was also hard. And then we also have Neck and Wrist with Pharrell and Jay-Z. Didn't enjoy this track as much. I already went into that in yesterday's video, but I guess it's gonna be on here. I do like the Jay-Z feature though. Let's move on to the track list though, because obviously that is always one of the most interesting parts. It reveals the length of the record, it reveals the track names and the features. So this is it. It has 12 tracks in total, 3 of which we already know, as I just said. The first track is called Brambleton. Then we have Let the Smokers Shine the Coops. Then the third one is Dreamin' of the Past with Kanye. That's going to be interesting. Then we have Neck and Wrist, we already went over. Then, just so you remember, Pusha said that this is one of his favorite records on here in an interview leading up to this. Then we have Diet Coke. We already know about that. Then we have Rock and Roll with Kanye and Kid Cudi. So exciting to see them reunite, quote unquote. But Cudi has already said that this is the last track that he's going to do with Kanye because this happened a long time ago, but he's not good with Kanye anymore. So no more Ye and Cudi, but I guess we can enjoy this one. Then a track called Call My Bluff. Then Scrape It Off the Top with Uzi and Don Toliver. A lot of people already heard the leaks of this, I think, and said it was hard, so I'm happy about that. 10th track is Hear Me Clearly. I find that hard, as I just said. Then we have a track called Open Air, and then also I Pray For You, the thing that I already over that we heard in the trailer. So this is the track list. I think it's looking pretty solid. I think that, this is a really solid track list, and I'm really excited to hear the 9 remaining tracks that I haven't heard yet. Also, he gave some interviews in the lead up to this, for example, with Charlemagne, which was a very interesting interview that I would recommend you go watch. He did a couple of others, Hot 97, Complex, also a very interesting interview that he did. I really enjoyed those, gave us some more information in those, and a little personal background as to what the album means to him. Now, as I already said, make sure you go check out the playlist on my channel that I have for It's Almost Dry. I went over all the revelations that we got about the record as they happened. I tried to be as up to date with it as possible, and in a lot of the videos I go into even more interesting facts about the record. Like, for example, yesterday we talked about him grouping these new EPs together on his Spotify and what that could mean for the record. And as I said, especially that video about all the information we know about this that dropped like a week ago, because there's a lot of stuff that could have made the record that we thought was going to make the record, and just interesting evolutions behind the record that now didn't come true that I go over in that video. So I really recommend you go check out that video, as that is a great source for the fans. Now, this is it. Pusha T dropping It's Almost Dry this Friday, April 22nd. We have the title, the release date, the cover, the track list, the tour, the singles, the features, all of that. And of course, everything that I said personally in this video is just my opinion. Now I want to know what you think about this record though. Are you excited for It's Almost Dry? What do you hope to see on here? What track are you most excited for? What feature are you most excited for? And do you agree that Lana Del Rey picture would have been so hard instead of this like whack ass cover we got now? Anyway, all of that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.